Oh, gosh. There's something else in the news, too, you need to know about. There are troops in Iraq who are probably going to be getting more than letters. You know, they have mail call. You ever go to summer camp like I did? You live for mail call? I'm still waiting for the first letter from my dad and my mom. Never got. Anyway, you're waiting for mail call, and hopefully you get one. Well, what's going to be going on mail call is a little bit different now. They're going to be getting mail, but they're not going to be care packages. There is a group that's sending letters to our troops in Iraq and DVDs claiming 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that they should rethink why they're fighting. They ought to take these, excuse me, folks, I'm going to say this. We ought to find the people who are doing this, take them out, and shoot them. Really. Just find the people who are sending those letters to our troops to demoralize our troops and do what they're doing. You take them out. They are traitors to this country, and shoot them. You have a problem with that? Deal with it. But anybody who would do that doesn't deserve to live. You shoot them. You call them traitors. That's what they are. And you shoot them dead. I'll pay for the bullet. Mark Dice, the founder of The Resistance, which he calls a media watchdog group, says that the U.S. government was responsible for the September 11th terrorist attacks and that the armed forces should know it. People want the facts. The Marines are hungry for the truth. What got them there in Iraq? Why are they risking their lives? And we're going to help them understand that. So he's going to send letters and declassify government documents that he says can prove the government's responsibility for the terrorist attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people. And he's urging others to do the same. Now, Captain Pete Hegseth, Executive Director of Vets for Freedom, you ought to get him on too, Brett.
I'm on it.
Says, you know something, these are going to end up in the trash, or they're going to end up in the toilet, or they're going to end up on the firing range. How about you take Mark Dice out and put him in the middle of the firing range? Tie him to a post, don't blindfold him, let it rip and have some fun with Mark Dice. These people are just, folks, I'm telling you, outrageous.
Now we know where the Ron Paul supporters went.
Oh, my God. That was a mean thing to say, Brett. That was a mean thing. You know how mean that was to say?
I'm sorry if I offended Mark Dice.
You offended him terribly. But that's okay to offend him. You know, that's really okay to offend him. That they would do these kinds of things.
Reagan, this is the Mike Reagan Talk Show. Our phone number, 1-800-468-MIKE, 1-800-468-6453. Naming their children Hezbollah. You know what I get them for a first birthday? I put a grenade up their butts and light it. Happy birthday, baby. Bye-bye.
Howdy, Mike. Hey, I wanted to comment on your, I call it a radical remark where you say you'd stick a grenade up a baby's butt to blow them up because their name's Hezbollah.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that?
That is pretty ugly.
Why?
If I was a mother and I was listening to your program, I would certainly turn off your program. I've talked to Israelis here in...
George, please. I mean, you don't even understand the concept. You've got people who are naming their children Hezbollah, Nasrallah. They're going to raise them to blow you up, George. They're going to raise these children to get on a plane or come to Vegas where you live and blow you up. That's how these children are going to be raised. I really, if they're going to raise the children that way to kill me and my family, I really don't care.
Okay, just listen to the rest of the discussion. I've talked to Israelis here in Las Vegas, just tourists, and I asked, do you think there'll ever be peace in the Middle East?
Yeah, when they're all dead.
No. They say no because the mothers of the Islamic extremists teach their children to fight the Israelis. It's the mothers that are doing this. That comment of yours is just like...
So we kill the mothers and the babies.
So your comment is...
So what's wrong with killing the mothers and the babies?
Oh, did Michael...
What's wrong with killing the mothers and the babies? George, if that's the case, why not kill the mothers and the babies?
Chechens do it.
Ronald Reagan won the Cold War. He defeated the Soviet...
George, I'm asking... I don't want to hear about my dad. The point you made is we should kill the mothers and the babies.
No, you're warped.
Wait a minute, if the mothers are
warped.
teaching, George, if the mothers, you said you have Israeli friends said the mothers are going to raise their babies to kill you, right? Am I right?
You need to.
What do the Israelis say, George? The Israelis told you what? The mothers raise the children to kill, right?
Yes, and so if you ever win this war, you have to conquer the mothers. Otherwise, it's going to go on forever.
Well, there you go, because the mothers hate the Jews more than they love their children. And that was said. That was said.
Soviet Empire like
I don't.
that?
It doesn't, George. It's a different issue. It's a different war. The Soviets, by the way, George, which makes it different. The Soviets, even though we were at war with them, cared about life. They didn't want to die. They weren't like kamikaze pilots.
Chemical weapons.
George, they did not want to die. They understood life. These wacko, radical mothers, children, what have you, school students, don't care about life. They think they're going to see a virgin somewhere. Not going to happen. They don't care about blowing themselves up.
But they hate Israelis, and so if you ever conquer them, you have to conquer their hearts, and not with talk like that.
George, I'm not going to be the one to do it. It's going to take other Muslims to, in fact, conquer them. That's who it's going to take. And you know something? To answer your original question, George, when will there be peace in the Middle East? I'll tell you when there'll be peace. There'll be peace when everybody in the Middle East is dead. I'm Mike Reagan. This is the Mike Reagan Talk Show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Keep your head down, your powder dry, and don't name your babies Hezbollah.